First thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about whenever you have two terms in a special type of scenario called a difference of two squares. Now, before I factor, so the first thing I need to do is I need to see if I have any common factors. Does x squared and 64 have anything in common besides 1? No. Okay? Now, what is this? This thing is called a difference of two squares. It's a special type. Difference because it's subtracting, so difference because it's subtracting, and two squares because these two are perfect squares, so two squares. This is called a difference of two squares. Because I could take the square root of x squared and get something nice. I could take the square root of 64 and get something nice. So this is what we call a difference of two squares. And so there's a special way you can factor this when it's a difference of two squares. I'm going to talk about that. Okay? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take the square root of each piece. What's the square root of x squared? X. What's the square root of 64? 8. So x and 8. And what you're going to do is you're going to add those quantities, put parentheses around it, and you're going to subtract those quantities, and that will be your answer. Okay? So that's your answer. You might have to play some hypothetical games here. All right? I'm going to go off on a sidebar. You don't worry about writing this down. X squared minus 25. Is that a difference of two squares? Is it a difference? Are those both perfect squares? So what do I do? Square root. Square root. What's the square root of x squared? What's the square root of 25? 5. So how does this one factor? X plus 5, x minus 5. Okay? Don't feel like you have to write this down. I'm just going to do some hypotheticals. X squared minus 100. Raphael, is that a difference of two squares? Is it difference in subtracting? Yes. Are these both perfect squares? Can you take the square root and get something nice? Yes. So what's the square root of x squared, Raphael? What's the square root of 100? So x plus 10, x minus 10. All right, Raphael, I'm going to have you dream yourself. X squared minus 4. How would this one factor? Just tell me what the answer is going to be. See if you can do that. You do the square root of x squared, which is x. Square root of 4 is 2. So x plus 2, x minus 2. All right, Raphael, I'm going to give you another one. X squared minus 9. How would that one factor? Square root of x squared is what? X squared of 9? Or 3, right? So x plus 3, x minus 3. Okay? I'll pick on some other people here. What about, let's see, Loudon will come through in the clutch. Loudon, you got me? X squared minus 64. How does that factor, Loudon? X plus 8. Oh, we just did that one, idiot. I'm talking to myself. All right, Loudon. X squared minus 81. How would that factor? So what would I put? How would I write my answer? And then what? Good job. Shout out to Loudon. X squared minus, let's see, 121. Square root of 121 is 11. Let's see. Addison, x squared minus 121. How would that factor? You know that one? Jasmine, you got her? And then what would this be? Square root of 121? 11. So x plus 11, x minus 11. There you go. What about x squared minus 1? Jasmine, tell me that one. X squared minus 1, how would that factor? Yeah, x plus 1. It doesn't matter what order you put them in. There you go. All right. There we go. Enough of that. We'll go back to that. All right. On this one, do these have any common factors? 3x squared and 27. They have any common factors? 3, right? So now, whenever you have your leading term's a negative, what do you have to take out? A negative 3. Now remember, the greatest common factor, negative 3, and we have a greatest common factor, we put it out to the left. So remember from yesterday, we take it out, we put it out to the left, and we divide each of these terms by negative 3. What's negative 3x squared divided by negative 3? X squared. What's 27 divided by negative 3? negative 9. So x squared minus 9. Now, is x squared minus 9 a difference of two squares? Okay. X squared minus 9. Cadence, help me out. How does that factor? And yes. Good job. All right. Good job. So those are designed. You'll have one like that on your quiz. This next one's a little bit goofy, a little different. X to the fourth minus 16. Do these two have any common factors? Any common factors here besides 1? Okay. Now, what's the square root of x to the fourth? X squared. What's the square root of 16? All right. Let's see if we can apply the cadence property. Cadence, if it's x squared and 4, what do I write? And great job. Good job, birthday girl. Amanda's so proud. Now, what you got to be careful about is, do I still have, can I factor further? X squared plus 4, that's a sum of two squares. We're going to learn how to factor that later. We can't factor that with real numbers. Is x squared minus 4 a difference of two squares? Yes, because it's a difference in subtracting, and those are both perfect squares. How could x squared minus 4 factor? X plus 2, x minus 2, okay? We got to get good at this. We do that a lot.